away smoothly, as we will have the 5 red lights on here in Canada. And they're out and away we go as Cookie will lead us down into turn 1. Alex on the outside is going to try and stick it around the outside of the Ferrari driver. The Ferrari breaks later into turn 1. Will keep it ahead of the Williams as Cookie leads through turn 1 as Coy up into P3. In the background we've got an Alpine and a Red Bull go side by side. Lord McJigglebun and Lex Gordon watching this in behind. Lex gets through as Gordon going to try and capitalise on McJigglebun in behind.
Got Mercedes and the Cadillac in the wall.
Oh, and an Ollie sends it on the inside of Gordon. Side by side goes the McLaren and the Alpine. Tie on the back of this battle as Ollie and Gordon into the wall. Ollie moves over. Oh, and Ollie clips the rear of Ty as well, and a BSC is out. And meanwhile, we've got Ty and Lord McJigglebun into turn 1. Ty dives it and gets on the inside. Lord round the outside, going to try and stick a wheel in, but loses grip on the outside. And Ty and Lex in the background has spun. And please rejoin safely. I don't know how safe that was. He's got a 10-second penalty for a collision with Thori as Lex has spun here on... as Lord back through on Ty as they go side by side, but Lex spins around and down the order he goes as Ty loses out to Lord McJigglebun. As we've got
shaping one up to the hairpin.
Yeah,
No,
Mallard.
can't quite get it done this time.
Mallard gets through on Nuki as well as in behind Dubsy going a little bit deep. Dubsy starting on the hard tyres. As race control says 3-second time penalty, but to who knows? As Rio down the inside of Thorian up to P7, and Rio already 10 places gained in 4 laps as Lex gets ahead of Dubsy as he looks to recover following his spin. And now down the inside of Nuki is Lex going to go for this move. Risky place to be going through the move, and Nuki leaves him the space and gets through as Dubsy round the outside of Nuki as well. And Dub going to dive it on through into P11, and Nuki loses 2 spots in quick succession as veers out at the Wall of Champions as it's a full course safety car. Ansu will get to catch up the pack as, oh my lord, Ansu just sees Veer's car disappear in front of him. So this is going to help bunch up the field again. Cookie's going to be a bit annoyed. And Cookie's going to drive through.
He's going for an early one. Oh, his drive through. I didn't see that.
Cookie's got a drive through. The Williams get us underway as Alex now drops it out of the final corner. And Alex has kept everyone at bay as there's no moves into turn 1 as of yet. And we'll look down the order. Ollie on the outside of Codzilla. Side by side they go. Ollie, a little bit of contact with Codzilla, sends him wide. Gordon through on the inside. Lex through as well. Codzilla down to P16. And Dub now gets the run on Thori. Thori makes a by exit out of the chicane as Cookie gets ahead of Lord McJigglebun. And Dubsy right on the rear of Thori round the outside, was just more avoiding it. In off the track goes Cookie and Lord McJigglebun. Cookie and Lord have contact at the hairpin, and off the track they go. Cookie now down to P10, and if I were Cookie I'd be serving the drive-through right now, and he is going to get some clear air to get caught up again. And Coy into the rear of Mallard. Massive contact there as Coy punts Mallard out of the way, and Rio now going to try and defend against Ty. Clear as Ty trying to look for a move in the Ferrari. In the background we got moves left, right and centre as Lex getting through on Ollie as well. Lex now looking through on Nuki as well as he looks a little bit down the inside, but no move there. Ty clear as Gordon going to look for the move on Lord McJigglebun again, and Lord defending once again as Gordon down the inside. That's a late send from the McLaren driver. Can he find the grip on the outside? Gordon tries to stick it, and yes he does. Massive move from Gordon there.
Just kept himself out of anything that's been going on track and just worked his way through.
As Dubsy and Thori battle into the final chicane. Dub now back on the inside of the Cadillac driver, but the Cadillac going to hold position here as in the background we've got Ollie and Nuki side by side, and Ollie gets ahead and into P9 goes Ollie. Cookie in the background now down behind Lord McJigglebun, going to make the move, and Lord McJigglebun moving in the braking zone hits him as we were going into the braking zone. He just turned in on him. That was very strange as Gordon may look for a move on Nuki, but just too far back as Nuki going to defend into the hairpin now. but has gone deep, and Gordon gets the exit now. Fakhri may even try and find his way through on Nuki as well. As Fakhri on the outside of Nuki, getting ahead. Cookie going to get ahead. Alex into the box now, but Alex will be able to comfortably take those tyres to the end. Meanwhile, everyone else may have to think about boxing again, as Cookie now going to look to charge on Thori. As the yellow flag's out, and a big contact there. Lex and Coy off as they battle for the podium, and Cookie has found himself up in to P4 as Lex now down to P4, but Coy and Lex, massive contact from them at turn 1. Did you see what happened there, Lanky?
Yeah, I only caught the end of it as they went off track. I didn't see how they ended up going off track. I just caught them as they went onto the grass.
And Alex, who's on the best tyres here, just can't find a way through all the traffic as he's going to try and sneak it up the outside of the hairpin. Going to look for the switchback, as going to plant the throttle. Alex almost loses the rear out of the hairpin there. Massive error from Alex, as Coy now back on the rear, and Fakhri back ahead of Dub Z, but no real moves going. Here's Alex, punts the rear of the Aston Martin of Coy, and into the wall, and out of the race goes Coy, and Gordon's just about survived, but it's a VSC, and that has ruined a couple of drivers' races. Coy out of the race after massive contact with Alex, and it is a full safety car, and that's going to massively help the Ferraris. As Alex right up the rear. Really Alex, big swapper on for Alex. Is Cookie now right on the rear of Alex as we head down to turn 1. TJ picks up a 3-second time penalty on the restart. That's not ideal for the Audi drivers. TJ down in P11 as Cookie right through on Alex out of turn 2 already. Found so much grip immediately. And Cookie now sees Rio Harris next on the agenda, and Cookie may look for a move through this first chicane as Rio goes defensive. Cookie now going to look for the switchback. Can he find it through? Yes, he is. And lonely soft tyres, just so much grip, and Cookie gets so clear, and Rio can do nothing to defend against that. The softs are just so much more grip, and Cookie's going to disappear down the road. The question is, by how far? That is the question. If Rio Harris, all he needs to worry about is sticking where he is on the track. He needs to maintain this track position, because Cookie might not be able to manage those softs to the end. It's going to be a massive stint if he does. And Ollie down the inside of Thori. Side by side we go here. A little bit of wheel banging as Ollie on the outside of Thori. And can he stick it? Ollie looks to have it, and Thori just behind. Can't hold on to the position. Meanwhile, in the background, we got Codzilla through on Nuki. As Lord McJigglon bends it. And it's a full safety car again. Cookie has he's surely got to go in for another set of softs here. In behind these worn tyres is Ollie. I think is going to push it to the line. He's gone now. Gone very late, and that may add a lot of drama into turn 1 as Alex. Oh, and Lex absolutely dives it on TJ. And Lex round the outside, going to try and find the grip as Alex on the inside of TJ. As we've gone 3 wide on the exit of turn 2, and TJ off into the wall. As Alex gets through, Cookie through and Ollie. Alex through, Rio through, TJ dropping down. Gordon struggling in the midfield. There's cars absolutely everywhere in the mid-pack, as Gordon is being absolutely gapped here by everyone. Swallowed up. As Lex into P2 now gets ahead of Ollie as we head into the chicane. A little bit of contact as Alex now round the outside of Ollie. And can Alex get through? Looks like he is, as there's more moves in the midfield as Rio looks down the inside of the Williams. And has to back out there. Alex through on Ollie, and it's another VSC. His race is done and dusted, and Alex is going to drive through from Alex from P3 as Ollie down the inside, and Alex just turns across him there as Rio going to like to get back ahead now, and Rio looks to potentially have P2 back on the cards as he looks down the inside of Ollie, very late on the brakes, and Rio down the inside he goes, and now Rio looks to be back into P2 as Ty side by side. He goes with TJ, and can TJ or can Ty Clear somehow reclaim the podium here as Alex through on Lex. Alex into the box. As Ty Clear picks up a 3-second time penalty along with TJ. And on the inside, who's that? It's Fakhri as the Audi's almost 3 wide here. Thori looking at this battle as Ty, little bit of contact with the Audis, and Thori almost going for a bit of a gap there as Gordon going to try and shape for a move here on the Cadillac. And cost Williams the podium and massive points in this race. As Fakhri on the rear of TJ. TJ goes deep though, that's allowed his teammate through on the inside. In the background we've heard a bit of a crunch as there's a 3-wide moment in behind. Godzilla, Ansu and Dub Z. As Dub leads this train. Mallard trying to get involved. Fakhri gets through on TJ. As Ansu through on Godzilla. But Ansu picks up a 3-second time penalty as Mallard going to try and get through on Godzilla here. Down the order and Mallard burns the battery and gets through. As up ahead we've got Ansu and Dub Z side by side. And Dub still wheel banging with Ansu here. Meanwhile, up ahead, Rio Harris right on the rear of Lex and putting some pressure on the Red Bull driver and may look for a move down into turn 8 and 9 as Lex goes to squeeze him to the inside as Fakhri gets through on Ollie. Meanwhile, Thori right on the rear of Ty. Up ahead, TJ and Ollie, and TJ getting through as Thori through on Ty Clear, who's unfortunately dropping down. As Rio, bit of contact with Lex here as Lex defending like a madman. Alex with 3-second time penalty, which is hurting his race. As Ansu getting back through on Godzilla. As Rio down the inside of Lex now. As Lex turns in on the Ferrari driver. Leaves the track there, does the Red Bull. As Rio back through. As again, Lex has put him in the wall. Oh, that's just fucking terrible driving. Absolutely terrible driving there from Lex. And I can't even hide it now. Lex has been he just turned in on him. Position and he'll have P2 regardless, and I'm sure Lex is going to have a bucket load of penalties after this one as Rio picks up a 3-second time penalty as Fakhri right on the rear, and now that's allowed Rio. He might lose some places here. A 3-second time penalty as we start the final lap of the race on Lex, but Cookie coming up to the line, and Cookie is going to win in Canada as Rio on the rear of Lex, but going to go cautious into the final chicane and doesn't go for any silly moves as Mallard losing out here as Alex through on Mallard. Mallard picks up a 3-second time penalty as massive jumping around because of the penalties. Thori up into P5, Ollie P6, Alex P7, Ty P8, Godzilla P9, Gordon P10, TJ P11, Dubsy P12, Mallard P13, Ansu P14 and Nuki will be P15.